let's move over to our final segment of the show, and that is the prospect report. Still sponsored by nobody. I don't think we're actually looking for sponsors, but let's start with one of the guys that I've been super excited about for the last, I don't even know how long year, and especially this year. I thought he'd be the starting shortstop for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He ended up getting hurt and didn't quite work out that way, and that is Jordan Lawlar. If you haven't been following his progress, he made his way back from his wrist injury, and he had his first rehab start today. He went 3 for 6 with a home run and a double in his first rehab start. Um, and the Diamondbacks have made it clear that when he's ready, when he's done with his rehab assignment, he will be back in the major leagues. Nobody has really won that shortstop job, right? Perdomo has been hurt and didn't look like the Perdomo from last year, the All Star that we saw. And I certainly think that Lawlar is the spark, or could be a potential spark that they're hoping for. Arizona struggles a little bit, so I think they're looking for anything that they can get at this point. And I think people forget Lawlar is a top 10 fantasy prospect. Like, I don't think you can put 10 guys in front of him. If we need to talk about in the prospect world, even with all of these buzzy names like James Wood and Caminero, and even if you want to throw Paul Skeens or whoever in there, right? I still think Lawlar has that upside where it's just like you can't ignore it, right? And so this is one of those under the radar guys. Again, he's not James Wood, he's not Caminero, but if you look at his numbers last year in AAA, he hit 358 with a 438 OBP and a 612 slugging percentage. That's good for a 150 WRC plus. And across both levels, he had double A and triple A under his belt last year. He had 36 stolen bases and 20 home runs. Phenomenal numbers. And again, at triple A, just a 15% strikeout rate, 11% walk rate. Like, all of these numbers tell me that he is an elite fantasy prospect, and he's been doing it for years and years now in the minor leagues. He looks absolutely ready. He didn't have the best MLB debut last year, but I would be using that debut to buy low or pick him up now or whatever the case is. Because again, we're talking like top 10 fantasy prospect here. And when a guy has this much upside, you absolutely want to take a gamble if you can. Again, if it pays off, great. If not, at this point, you can probably drop him and move on. But I would anticipate it's more than likely that he's going to return some value. Again, he's just got to stay healthy and start playing, right? We've seen a lot of guys fail, but Lawlar is definitely one of the higher rated guys that we will see come up this year. Next, from the prospect report, we saw Drew Thorpe make his MLB debut. Congrats to Drew Thorpe. I know he's had quite a roller coaster since he's been traded around quite a few times. He's a pitcher for the Chicago White Sox, and his first start didn't go that great. But one thing that he has going for him, and I don't know if you can use this as an argument for him or against him, he has an incredible changeup. Like, we're talking 70 grade changeup. It's one of the better changeups in the minor leagues and one of the better ones that we've seen over the last few years. It kind of reminds me of like a Gavin Stone-esque vibe, right? He kind of tends to lead with it, and it's one of his best pitches. So if anyone has followed the career line or career arc of Gavin Stone, he started off really, really bad, right? If you remember last year, Gavin Stone, it did not go well for him, but it looks like he's kind of figured it out this year. And so I am anticipating Drew Thorpe trying to learn from whatever Gavin Stone's mistakes were. I'm not anticipating him to replicate those results right away. So, Stone has it figured out right now, but it took him a while. I think at this point, Thorpe is like, he can stream him in 12s, but he probably should be rostered on all 15 teams, at least for now, because his upside is very good. I'd say it's probably better than Gavin Stone's upside. We've seen him traded for some big names. So yeah, he's got the potential. Again, roster him in 15s if you can. Stream him in 12s. He's got some good upside to him. So Drew Thorpe, look out for him. And then the last note on the prospects, again, another one that hurts me a little bit that I kind of flubbed on Sunday. I said, go pick up Joey Loperfido. And what do? 3 days later, they send him back down. This has been a whole head scratching situation. I understand why they did it. For anyone who hasn't followed, Loperfido came up and did not play. And then I said, I don't understand. I think they're going to play him soon. They're not going to run out Chas McCormick, who is not even hitting his own body weight. They're going to eventually hit Loper Fido, and he's going to stick. But he did not. Yainer Diaz had a thumb injury and missed a few games. And so the Astros sent Loper Fido down to get some catching depth from Cesar Salazar. Um, we might not be seeing Loper Fido come back anytime soon, which is really unfortunate. Kyle Tucker will be returning from his injury soon here soon. And that was kind of the whole reason Loper Fido came up. I anticipated Loper Fido forcing their hand and, saying, I'm the better player. If you guys want to win, keep me in your lineup. But doesn't appear that they're going to do that. My apologies for telling you to pick him up, because I went and picked him up. But he didn't even make a start. So kind of a weird situation. Again, maybe if Yainer didn't get hurt, we would see a little bit more from him. But, it's just kind of an odd situation. I do anticipate in the long run, Loper Fido is going to get some good, obviously some playing time, hopefully by next year. But this year, it might be kind of tough. He might be scratching and clawing. So you can definitely go ahead and drop him in pretty much every format, 12s and 15s. I'm not going to be holding on to him in hopes that he can come back, because, the Astros have not shown anything that gives me any faith that they're going to play him. So that will do it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Keep sending in mailbag questions. We're going to hopefully answer those this Sunday. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me directly. I'd love to chat fantasy baseball and help anyone win their leagues. And give Rami some crap for not showing up today. Just kidding. I know he's traveling. He's enjoying his vacation. Rami, we miss you. If you made it this far, thank you for listening. Let me know. And again, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to YouTube, whatever you can do. Really appreciate everything that you guys do. So thank you. And until next time, take care.